Every day I work experimenting with new colours as a warm-up exercise. And you'll see me create what I call dancing ladies. And the idea of this is you take 6 or 7 tubes of colour and you see how they react with other shades, or you test whether you like them. Today I've got quinacridone red, Indian yellow, transparent perol orange, quinacridone burnt scarlet, serpentine genuine, quinacridone lilac and perylene maroon. I've mainly chosen rich autumn shades, but I'm trying to avoid using colours I use all the time. I want to see how I can stretch my work as an artist. So let's see whether we like these shades. I'm going to put a tiny dot on a scrap of paper. This is my quinacridone red, which looks really nice. My Indian yellow. I don't use this shade, so it would be rather nice to find something I don't use, so I'm working with something completely different. We all need a change from time to time. Do you paint with the same colours? If you do, and you've been painting with those same colours for a long time, they must really be your favourites, but I have to ask you why. Why aren't you trying new colours? This is transparent perol orange. Just because it says the word orange, that's my favourite colour. I know I'm going to love it. But I use Aussie Red Gold all the time, and it's getting to be a habit with me. So I want to find a new orange so I can bring the changes in my work. I'm getting too predictable if I use the same colours all the time. Quinacridone burnt scarlet. Well, actually, I know I love this one. But if I've got an autumn, oops, sometimes that happens. Right. I'll just let that run down. We'll try again. Sometimes that happens. I should get rid of it on my palette. There we go. We now have colour. It's just the end of the tube. So don't panic. It's still exactly the same underneath. There we go. This is serpentine genuine. Now I love Cascade green. I love green apatite genuine, but funnily enough, I don't use this one very often, which is exactly why I'm trying it. I want shades I don't use all the time. So I'm going to pop that one there, little dot. It looks very different to the greens I'm used to using, so that's good news. Quinacridone lilac. It'd be nice if this is really strong. Oh, that was very eager to come out of the tube. And perylene maroon. I like the name of this. I like the perylene range, so I think I'm going to like it. Let's pop that there. So those are my 7 colours for today. And when I do this next time, I would have to use different colours. There aren't any blues in this particular palette, so maybe next time I'd look at blues or violets. Each time you do it, ring up the changes. Bring those tubes of colour you've bought and you don't like or you don't use, bring those out and do this with them and find out why you're not using them. I'm going to use my size 12 brush now. And what I want to know is how easily, not just whether I like the colour, I want to know how easily these products move. So a nice track of clean water underneath each one, not touching the colour, just a little track. I'll just lift that now. See that? That was no problem at all. I just lifted it off, it's gone. I can understand people panicking if they see that, but it's just formulation of the pigment. That happens sometimes. Perylene red, let's see what happens. Wow. That's actually working beautifully, and I'm just checking. That wasn't perylene red, was it? It was quinacridone red. That's quite strong. I like that. Indian yellow, the yellow I don't use. Why don't I use it? Let's have a look. Ooh, I like that. My brain is screaming. Put it into that one and see what happens. Ooh, look at that. That's lovely. Guess what? I love the Indian yellow, and with quinacridone red, that pattern is, yeah, that's fabulous. What else did we have? The transparent perol orange. Yeah, I knew I was going to like that one. But look at that with that yellow. Oh, fantastic. If you can get excited about colours just doing this, your painting time is going to be brilliant. It's too late to be in the middle of a painting on a big piece of paper and think, what colour am I going to use next? You need the knowledge, you need to grow your treasure chest of every single pigment you have. Know what they do and how they interact before you started painting, not during it. This was the Quinacridone Burnt Scarlet, which I know I like actually, and this is my favourite for dog's eyes. I'm just going to drop it into that orange, take a bit more and see what that does. It dances with that quite well. And this is the Serpentine Green, a colour that is not in my palette, that I don't use very often. I know it's a favourite with quite a few Daniel Smith artists, so I might be missing out. It needs a little bit of encouragement to move, but once it gets going, it's fine. And my brain is saying, I wonder what that's like with the Indian yellow. This is drying now, so it's not going to interact quite so much. That's a nice mossy green, actually. I like that. Now I'm needing, oh, Quinacridone Violet. I needed to check what I had in the next one here. It's not. It's Quinacridone Lilac. I'm fooling you. Now you have to pay attention so you know exactly what I'm really using, because I'm getting overexcited here. Oh, wow. Isn't that delicious? Look at that. I can think of lots of subjects I could paint with that. That's beautiful. From my Summer Roses and Fuchsia, I really like that. Beautiful colour. And finally, Peroline Maroon. Wish they had easier names to say. Wow. I love that. Oh. Now I'm trying to choose favourites because I don't want to have to go out and buy hundreds of tubes of colours. The idea of doing this is so that I could dismiss some colours I don't have to have. But I want to find new favourites. My new favourite today? Well, I've got 3 unfortunately, but I love the Peroline Maroon. That's really strong. For autumn leaves, that's just beautiful. I could see that working very well with this orange to get some really lovely patterns. The Quinacridone Lilac, that's a wowzer. I love that colour. And I love the Indian yellow because it's very, very different. I think I could take that one and drop it into some other colours and see what happens. That's beautiful. Yep, I have to have this Indian yellow. I try to dismiss colours, but right now I'm not finding one I don't like. That's my dancing ladies. The only other thing that I would do normally is to turn my colours sideways and run a little line of water through and let them join in, and this makes arms, and the colours just literally run into each other. I'll just do that for a minute and then we'll turn it back. Somebody said in one of my workshops they look like African ladies because you've got the little dot for the head and then you've got the roams. I would say some of my ladies are bigger than others in this one, but look what's happening with these watermarks here. Can you get watermarks with them? Go in and drop some water. I'm not getting a lot from the green, but those two are just beautiful. I love this orange because that's rich and vibrant. And you know, the minute I do these exercises, I sit down and I realise just how delicious these colours are. I can't wait to paint something that's really vibrant now. So this exercise, please don't miss the value in them, and it must remind you, don't throw them away, because these become your palette. This is just like colour in your palette. You can actually paint with these. So this is an exercise. If you can't do it every day, I know we don't all have the time, try and do it at least once a week and start going through all your tubes of colour and try and give yourself a challenge. Once a month, make yourself find a brand new colour you've never tried before. I think I'm going to be getting quite a lot of that Indian yellow because I love it. See what your new favourite colour is, and if you haven't got one, try and find one. Have fun.